Namaskar. This is Pratim Bose, and you are watching Podcast with Pratim. In this episode, I will discuss some basic issues about government and governance. The second one is my priority because I don't look at government through the political lens. Yes, I do have expectations from politics, but that's different. Let me take you back to 12 years ago when Narendra Modi became India's Prime Minister and eventually made BJP a huge monolithic power in the country. Those who think that it came by unfair means may please go to sleep. Because I have seen Congress rule, I have seen CPM rule in West Bengal, I have seen many other things. Let's, I don't have time for discussing those rubbish. It was a clear people's mandate that he built. And please remember that he delivered like anything. Removing abrogation of Article 370 from Kashmir was unbelievable. And the decision was more strategic. It was not merely kind of going and changing it. It had loads and loads of implications on geopolitics, on foreign intervention in India, on our security apparatus, many things. Narendra Modi, there are many areas where Narendra Modi has delivered. He promised us an accountable, cohesive, and result-oriented government. And there are many cases, many instances where the government has actually did outstandingly well. The subjects that I deal with, for example, I'm very much acquainted with the logistics sector, and I know how bad the scenario was in the country, particularly in the frontier areas. 10-15 years ago, Northeast India was having one of the worst infrastructures. It was a nightmare to travel. I won't get into those details, but here is one little point for you, takeaway for you. And it has better infrastructure than the Eastern India. Probably many other parts of the country, excepting the South and the West. So he delivers. There is little doubt about it. Or he delivered in many areas. We will talk about the non-delivery, or whether the government has been showing the signs of diminishing returns, where the rot has taken place. So, talking about deliverables and etc. So, we needed, when you want to produce a result-oriented ecosystem, oriented governance or government, then you need actually to build an ecosystem. And given that the same party is governing in more than 20 states out of 28. So there has to be cohesiveness, but at the same time, there cannot be a simple kind of model that someone is speaking and everyone, without giving it a thought or giving him back the feedback on what is, there may be tweaks necessary on ground, or that particular thought may not continue on ground, may not be sustainable over in a particular place. So that you need designs. It is, India has, you may be knowing, one of the world's most complex DNAs. We have so many, we have 3 basic ethnic groups. And then we have so much subdivisions within that. So we think differently, our patterns are different. Look at the huge political economic difference. Look at South. It is no joke that 10, 11 states out of 28 are in the higher income category. Whereas you also have states like West Bengal, which the government doesn't say explicitly, but you must know is poor or poorer than Sub-Saharan Africa. It is poorer, way poorer than Bangladesh. So that is why I'm not getting into politics. I'm talking about the governance, and I'm talking about the basic promises. I also said that where the government, or I gave a few examples of where the government has actually delivered. I mean, let us not forget that in a decade, India's highways, have undergone complete dramatic change. India's railways, the face of Indian railways have definitely changed. It should have changed much faster. It didn't happen because of railway bureaucracy. And that takes me to my point that when you want to produce a cohesive, a result-oriented government, then you have to have a bureaucracy that responds, and there should be complete interrelation between the political administration and the bureaucracy. Let me take examples from single party economies. For example, Vietnam, for example, China. There are official single party rules. So how do they manage the flow of information within? Because please remember, ultimately, whether you're single party, multi-party, or no party, you are going to end up with governance is the last issue. Look at Dubai. It's a monarchy. It delivers. So delivery is what matters. Let us not get into this jargon of democracy. The democracy can be redesigned or should be redesigned, in my opinion. And I can talk on another forum on this another day. But for the day, let's go back to what I started with, is the governance, and where the system, to my understanding, has not been really doing very well, or is not responding the way I expected them to respond. Now, see, ever since the CJP protest has taken place, I've been thinking again. And I got calls from my friend bureaucrats. He's a very senior bureaucrat. And he came up, he said that, look, this says that the things cannot go. Politics must change from the way it is done. We are not saying that BJP should not be there or Congress should not be there. We are saying how BJP or Congress should run. That is it. Or what are the changes that it must bring in? Let us go back and please understand. I'm not bothered about the issues. These are disruptive movements. These are done with a purpose. I am the last person who will accept that the nation will go to some pseudo-liberals and those who want to create anarchy. Arundhati Roy may get Booker Prize or whatever. She is nice to read, fantastic. But I'm the last person to run this country as per her wishes. I am not convinced. And I can give many references. So what I expected from a cohesive government, let me give you a couple of examples. There are many areas where it worked. For example, this morning I saw a report in Times of India that says that the private investment in R&D has come up very fast. And the government investments, it is showing R&D, research and development, is showing 76% of them are going into 8-10 priority areas, which are going to create economic dividends, right? Whether it is space, whether it is Department of Atomic Energy, agriculture, etc. Similarly, private investment is very accountable. It is going into a huge way into transportation. So this is exactly what we need. We don't need R&D for R&D. Those days are gone. Money is precious. Every money must count. But look at what is happening in the name of research in the rest of the country and that government sponsorship. The government spends huge amount of money. We don't have data. What does it produce? I have a couple of examples. Like say, for example, there are two ministries which spend very heavily into education or into communication. There is a Ministry of Culture. There is Ministry of External Affairs. The Ministry of External Affairs sponsors the ICCR fellowships. Roughly 4,500 or 4,600 of them are being distributed annually to students from other countries. If I'm not wrong, take at least 15% goes to our neighbors, Bangladesh and Nepal. Now, do we have a tab on them? What kind of research are they doing? Where are they doing? To whom? What are they going back? Because when this 2024 thing happened, and after that, I have noticed many ICCR fellows are actually anti-India. That is true whether it is Bangladesh, whether it is Nepal. Now, are we giving them this fellowship just for the heck of it? Why should we spend money on someone who doesn't deliver? For India, there has to be a degree of delivery to India. I don't want those manifesto kind of stuff. I don't want those propaganda stuff, but I want good stuff. I want someone to talk about research on the value chain linkages, how the value chain can increase in which areas, economic value chain I'm talking about, how the research can be private funded, how a Bangladeshi can come and talk about the joint venture possibilities, where the Indian technology can go to Bangladesh or the Bangladeshi technology can come to India. These are the things we want. Yes, there can be 5% of liberals, not more than that. We don't want huge research on history. We know history. It can be 1%, it can be 0.5%, but not more than that. We want more stuff on where it gives you tangible results, where it increases the connectivity, economic engagements, dependence of my junior neighbor. That is what we want. We are into the real world. Our failure is very apparent in Nepal. Look at the Chinese. It is not that they give more fellowships than you, but look at them. Even Americans, they keep tab of the students. I'm a fellow, Jefferson fellow, and I keep getting mailer from my institution. Our ICCR fellows, the huge body of ICCR fellows, are they being followed up? What are they doing? If we have never followed it up, or we are not following it up regularly, if we don't have a system, then ultimately where you are going to end up is you will just donate money to your enemies. Trust you. Let's go to Ministry of Culture. This is also a huge spender. It is very important. Culture is a soft power. That is how we should expand. Across the region, China, Europe, now Hindi films are known. I have heard people referring to Shah Rukh Khan, whether it is in Indonesia, or I have heard people referring to Amir Khan in China. So they are cultural ambassadors. Hindi film is our biggest soft power. There are many others. The point is, so culture is very important. So how does this ministry spend money? We don't have any account. Like, I'm not talking about the CAG accounts. That's rubbish. I'm saying about the result-oriented, how it delivered, where it delivered, because I also keep attending seminars, programs. What do I see? I see mostly in India, even in abroad, what I see mostly is promoting someone, this politician, that politician, promoting that organization, seminar, lunch, etc. I don't know what is the outcome. How did it benefit? Say, in a span of 2 years, in a span of 5 years, in a span of 7 years, there has to be short, medium, long-term delivery. Where did it deliver? Or it is just the going and joining a fair? Why do you need a Ministry of Culture for joining the fair? It can be privatized. If the American pavilions at the World Trade Fair can come up sponsored by Coca-Cola or Pepsi, then why not you? Why do you need your fund in that case? Remove it. So this is just an idea that where things do happen, because if you just explore a bit, I'm sure many of you will know that basically the government that, or a part of it promised to be a cohesive, result-oriented, or delivery-oriented, accountable government. Where it ended up, or after 12 years, some parts of it has actually seen, or actually, I find them that it has developed fiefdoms. Some people under some people, and how it is the whole construct is going, and the bureaucracy. As I said in the beginning, that when you try to make a cohesive, result-oriented government, you need a bureaucracy, responsive bureaucracy. The Indian bureaucracy, in my opinion, should be half. Immediately, we should stop. We have to think differently. This is, there are many good sides about them. My friends are bureaucrats, but they are also exceptions. The lot that I see is they're the new lords of this country. In Delhi and in many parts of the country, if you talk to an IAS officer, if you don't refer to him as sir, while writing a letter, you have to say dear sir, and not once, repeatedly. You have to submit yourself to him. He is the judge. He is the ultimate lord. Why? He is just doing his job at the taxpayers' money. Why? Why do we need him then? We need someone, we don't see this kind of bureaucrats. I didn't see this kind of, I have met people in China, I have met people in other places. I didn't see this kind of bureaucrats. Where from we got them? What is their delivery? How did they improve? What are the things that have happened? Suppose person X, throughout his career, what are the deliveries? That we want to see. We destroyed the public sector bank management by reducing their salaries below the IAS officers. Why? Private sector banks should pay their officers as per their financial strengths. That makes them responsible. You are in banking, you are not in pen pushing. Banking is a high dividend paying, high risk, high dividend paying profession. So why the salaries should be low there in public sector banks? So that's where, let me end. The government after 12 years, I believe it is not, it is the cohesive, the result orientation has slackened. And the government must take note of it. Thank you very much.